Welcome to Japan, a land often romanticized for its ancient traditions and technological advancements, a place where the neon glow of futuristic cities meets the serene beauty of meticulously maintained gardens. But beneath this carefully constructed facade lies a more complex reality, the land of politeness, order, and silent misery, a society built on harmony, but also burdened by immense pressure, a culture that values conformity, sometimes at the expense of individual well-being, a country so calm, so obedient you'd never guess it's quietly collapsing from the inside. Look around you. Observe the subtle cues, the exhaustion etched on faces, the averted gazes, the unspoken anxieties that permeate the air. This isn't just a picture of tranquility, it's a portrait of a nation grappling with deep-seated issues. Issues that are often masked by a veneer of stoicism and unwavering dedication to societal norms. The pressure to maintain this image is immense, and the cracks are beginning to show. No protests, no riots, no revolutions, just quiet suffering in a society that works until it doesn't. A system where individuals are expected to sacrifice their personal needs for the greater good. But what happens when the weight of that sacrifice becomes too much to bear? What happens when the cracks in the foundation widen, threatening to bring the entire structure crashing down? The silence is deafening, but it doesn't mean the pain isn't real. It simply means it's being internalized, suppressed, and ultimately ignored. You think this sounds familiar? Yes, it's like North Korea, only with Starbucks. A chilling juxtaposition of oppressive control and consumerist comforts. A society where the illusion of freedom masks a deeper, more insidious form of control. A control that is not enforced through brute force, but through social pressure, cultural expectations, and the fear of disrupting the delicate balance of harmony. The question is, how long can this facade hold? And what will happen when it finally crumbles? From the very first days of kindergarten, Japanese citizens are carefully trained not to think critically or independently, but rather to conform to established norms and expectations. This deeply ingrained emphasis on conformity shapes their behavior and perspectives throughout their lives, influencing everything from their career choices to their personal relationships. The educational system, while rigorous, often prioritizes rote memorization and adherence to rules over creative thinking and individual expression. Individuality? It's often viewed as dangerous, a potential threat to the harmony of the group. Disagreement? That's considered antisocial, a disruption of the carefully maintained social order. Questioning authority, or challenging the status quo, is often met with disapproval, both in professional and social settings. This creates a culture where people are hesitant to voice dissenting opinions or express unique perspectives, leading to a stifling of innovation and critical thinking. You don't fight injustice directly, with protests or outspoken criticism. Instead, you fill out a form, navigate a labyrinthine bureaucracy, wait 6 months, and more often than not, your concerns are simply ignored. This bureaucratic process, while seemingly designed to address grievances, often serves as a way to pacify dissent and delay meaningful action. The sheer volume of paperwork and the lengthy waiting periods can discourage individuals from pursuing their claims, effectively silencing their voices. In Japan, openly expressing anger isn't seen as brave or assertive. It's considered shameful, a sign of weakness, and a failure to maintain composure. Suppressing emotions is often valued over expressing them, leading to a culture where people internalize their feelings and avoid confrontation at all costs. This can have a detrimental effect on mental health, as individuals struggle to cope with stress and frustration without healthy outlets for emotional expression. You suffer in silence, bearing your burdens alone, or you're quickly accused of being immature, lacking self-control, and disrupting the harmony of the group. Seeking help or expressing vulnerability is often stigmatized, leaving individuals feeling isolated and unsupported. This pressure to maintain a facade of strength and composure can lead to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and depression. And the Japanese media. It often functions as a loyalty program to the government, carefully curating the news to present a positive image and avoid criticism of those in power. While everything crumbles around them, economic stagnation, social inequality, and political corruption, The top story is often something trivial and inconsequential, like a cat rescued from a river. This focus on feel-good stories distracts from the real issues facing the country and prevents meaningful dialogue about the challenges that need to be addressed. When people are angry, they protest, they take to the streets, they demand change. It's a natural human reaction to injustice. But in Japan, there's a different response. Instead of directing anger outwards, they internalize it. They blame themselves, questioning their own worth and abilities. This self-blame is a key component of the silent collapse. It's a societal pressure that keeps people from challenging the status quo. It must be my fault for not working hard enough, they think. I must not be skilled enough, dedicated enough. This is the narrative that's perpetuated. But the truth is far more complex. It's not individual failings, it's the system itself that's failing them. A system that demands unwavering loyalty and punishes dissent. A system that prioritizes tradition over progress and conformity over individuality. It's a system that needs to be re-evaluated. Ask a struggling Japanese person how they're doing, and you might hear a response like, well, at least we're not South Korea. This sentiment, while seemingly innocuous, reveals a deeper issue. It's a deflection, a way to avoid confronting their own problems by comparing themselves to others. It's a subtle form of nationalism that masks underlying anxieties and insecurities. It's a way of saying, things could be worse, even when they're already bad. Japan isn't North Korea. There are no overt threats of violence, no iron fist crushing dissent. You won't be shot for speaking up, for criticizing the government, or for demanding change. The freedom of speech is, in theory, protected, but the reality is far more nuanced. But then again, you won't speak up. The government doesn't need guns or censorship or overt oppression when it has culture and shame as its most powerful weapons. The weight of societal expectations, the fear of bringing dishonor to your family, the pressure to conform, these are the forces that keep people silent. It's a subtle, insidious form of control that's far more effective than brute force. That's why Japan may be the most effective silent authoritarian regime in the developed world. It's a system where control is maintained not through force, but through cultural norms, societal pressures, and the internalization of blame. It's a system that's slowly eroding the spirit of its people, leading to a silent collapse that few are willing to acknowledge. So next time you walk Japan's quiet streets, don't be fooled. It's not peace, it's paralysis. Not order, it's fear. Not prosperity, but a polished mask over rotting infrastructure. Japan is collapsing. Quietly, elegantly, like a cherry blossom falling off a dead tree.